is up, guys, gals and minions? It is me, Proxy, and as you can see here, doing a quick little channel update just to talk about what's been going on with the channel this week again. No, actually, this is actually about this week. It's more about today, these last 20 minutes to an hour. So basically what's been going on is I've been watching some of the old playlists and looking over some of the old Let's Plays and stuff like that, some old videos, and just kind of like observing the evolution of the channel from when it started until now. And one thing I never realized was how this is something that a lot of people usually used to point out in the commentary, and I didn't really see it until now, was that I used to talk all really fast, but when back in those days, it was one of those things where I didn't see it, and so it's just weird how compared to now, obviously I still do talk a little bit fast, but that's just kind of how I talk in general, because I'm English, and English people kind of go it's really weird, I don't know why. It's just how we were born, I guess, or how English people chat to each other. It's really weird. Yorkshire people! And so, it's just, I was watching all these Let's Plays, and I was kind of like shocked and surprised at how much I evolve in my Let's Plays and my commentary over this year and stuff, because obviously the channel is only like under a year old, which is surprising if you think about it, because I feel like I've been doing this for a lot longer, but I haven't. And so, one thing I wanted to talk about was my commentary style, and again, because obviously I did that video about my voice and how people commented on it and saying, oh my god, it's the voice. But that was more about my pitch, and so obviously the vocal range of my voices can go really high and really low, and so it's really unusual, and so but obviously like generally I talk like this, and so it's really weird. But this was more about the speed and how my rookie-ish, and is that a word, rookie-ishness? I'm making up a bunch of words. There should be like a dictionary Proxy, I think. And and so I was watching these videos, and it was the speed and the noise, because I must have like had back in the day I must have had my volume on my computer really low, and it seems that the audio noise is so loud, and I never realized it was kind of like deafening at times. But what I'm surprised about is that the channel was a lot more popular back then than it is now, and just based on that kind of commentary style, even though I don't like the commentary style it's like I prefer the commentary style that I do now compared to what I used to do, but it seemed that the channel was a lot more popular back then when I had that really fast talking commentary style, like uber fast. And it was something that I never realized that I did though, and so I used to always get like constructive criticism saying like maybe you should slow down a bit, and I used to be like, well, what are you talking about? I have no freaking clue what you're on about. I talk like this all the time, and so I used to do that because I used to be like a really nervous child. I'm not like a child right now, I'm like 24 years old, nearly 25, but like back then, like last year and stuff, I used to be incredibly shy. Before I started the channel, I had like no kind of commentary experience. I used to not be able to present myself in like school or job interviews or stuff like that. I was incredibly shy. I used to stutter, and if you picked me in like a presentation group or something like that, I could not do it. I could not pull it off. I just sucked. I just stuttered all over the place. I was horrible. It was the one weakness I had in myself, and it was one of the reasons why I started the channel. This is one of the this is a question that a lot of people ask me is, why did you start going on YouTube? Now there's a major reason to it, but one of the other reasons is that I wanted to try and get over my what would you say, my unconfidence in myself. I was so unconfident in myself. I was more into writing and stuff. As you know, I love doing like game reviews and stuff like that, and it's something that I've done as a part-time job sometimes. But back then I used to just like be more into my typing and my writing stuff like that, and communicating that way. And so I was part of like the internet digital age kind of thing, and so like I was more into socializing that way. But and so like back then I had like really rubbish social skills in a way. And so when I started the channel, it was kind of weird, because obviously when you're doing commentary and like playing a game, you're talking to yourself, which is something to really it's something really hard to grasp, because obviously what you're doing is, as I said, you're talking to yourself and there's nobody else around. So it's like you got to try and like imagine there are people around you and you're presenting a game to them and you're talking while you're going through it and stuff like that. And so it was unusual to see my my take on it back then, because obviously I was kind of a noob. When you start doing like a YouTube channel, you're not going to be perfect, and I still don't class myself as being a perfect YouTuber right now, like my commentary style and stuff like that. But it's weird to see how my confidence and stuff like that like grow over this time, because it seems that I used to talk very fast, because obviously I was quite nervous, and so I was trying to do this commentary as quick as possible, I guess, and so I was trying to say as much as on my mind as possible, and it's really weird to see that kind of growth and see how I've changed over these like few months, especially since like as I said, the channel is really young, and so it's weird to see the channel see my abilities as a commentator way to like grow in that sense, like really quickly. And so I think right now, I think my commentary style is really, really good. I really enjoy it. I'm not trying to say like mine's the best in the world and better than anybody else's, but I like it for what it is for my stuff. And so what do you mean to think? Comment section below, I'd love to know. But in personally, I like how I do my commentary and things like that. It's something that I probably will stay doing for the rest of this channel. It will never change, I don't think, because obviously I talk like this, and so it's just something that's part of me. And but like back then, it was like you can kind of tell how like my comedic sense of humor and stuff like that was sometimes it seems a little forced, but it was always natural. But it was like my presentation of doing things. It seemed like at times like maybe I was trying too hard to do like a joke or something. But but in honesty, I wasn't. It was just how I was presenting myself, and this is what I'm talking about. This is about me evolving as I present my commentary, and how it's something that you might learn if you ever start your YouTube channel and stuff as well. And just one thing to do is, this is what this is all about, is to look back at your old videos and see how you've grown as a YouTuber compared from then to now. And it's something that I just find it fascinating, because obviously it's kind of like a home video in a way. You're recording like the things that you've done in the past, and then seeing what you were like back then compared to now. And it's just amazing. Sorry, I need a drink. It's really late, and so my mouth's a little dry from recording all these videos. And so, yeah, it's just fascinating to me, and it's one of those things where I was looking over some of these videos, and so I had my finger itching on the delete button, because I was like, oh my goodness, it's different compared to now. And so as I was saying with like the mic levels and stuff, it's kind of like really deafening at times and stuff. And and so I don't know, there's some like hiatus like videos that I probably will playlist that I might delete, like the Alien Colonial Marines one and stuff. Like that one is really fast. I was watching the intro to it and I was like, oh my goodness, I could actually talk that fast back then. It was crazy. I'm surprised anyone was able to keep up with me. And it's just something that it's just kind of opened my eyes a little bit, because obviously I listen to every single comment that I receive. I have my phone hooked up to YouTube, so whenever I get a comment, I read it. I read every single comment. So if anyone ever thinks I'm ignoring them, I'm never ignoring them. I read every single piece of feedback, or just like standard post. And so I remember getting like constructive criticism back then and stuff like that. But as I said, it's something that I never really saw, never truly kind of like brought into my realization and stuff like that. And so I guess it's because as I said, I've grown as a YouTuber, and so like my style has changed. And so from doing commentary now but till back then, obviously the speed is different, but like back then I just didn't notice it, and it was so unusual. And so and so it's cool. It's kind of like what would you say? It's kind of like a milestone in a way, like of progress, of like evolving through the channel and stuff. And it just fascinated me in a way. It kind of made me proud of myself, seeing how much I've grown and how much I've built myself over the lifetime of the channel. Because obviously, as I said, I had no confidence in myself, but thanks to the channel, I've been able to present myself and build my confidence so much, and it's helped me in my career and everything. It's just really cool, and I'm so grateful for being part of YouTube, because it's helped me become a better person in a way, which is really cool. It's helped me become well, professionally, I should say, and or just like socially as well. It's just really weird. And so it's just unusual, as I'm saying, is that it's unusual to see me grow as this kind of starting out really unconfident, like talking really fast, like really fast, and then becoming more just like toning it down and slowing down a little bit more, and becoming just more confident in myself and my commentary and in the games that I play and stuff like that. It's really cool. And so I don't know, it just made me smile. And so Minions, what do you think to it? What do you think about the how the channel started until how it's become now? It's just so unusual, and it's I don't know. I'm smiling now. It's heartwarming. It's great to see that kind of thing happen. It's just really cool. But anyway, means I'm gonna stop blabbering on. It's just something I want to talk about, get off my chest. Well, not get off my chest, but like I wanted to like present it to you and tell you what I was thinking and stuff. It's really cool. Should I end it here? I'm not entirely sure if I should end it here or not. No, I don't think I'll end it here. We'll talk about a few more things. So as you know, we've been doing some really awesome playthroughs this week and stuff. So we have like Puppeteer, we've had Splinter Cell Blacklist. I brought all this stuff up in the last update video, but there've been some really cool Let's Plays, especially Puppeteer and stuff. And you may have noticed that the that's not even a word, Proxy. Jeez! The upload rate has been really really, really fast. And I don't know if it's been quite overwhelming for some minions and stuff like that, but what I'm trying to do is, I'm trying to clean up a lot of LPs, as I said, for when Batman comes out. But it's just something that you're gonna have to, what would I say to that? It's something that I hope you means can get used to for like a short period of time. I want to try and get out as many videos as possible, try and clean up the channel so it's like perfect, as I said, and that means that we can like focus on one video, one game a week and stuff like that. I think it'll be really, really cool. And there's a lot of other projects that I want to try and bring into the channel as well. As I've mentioned many, many times, I'm a children's illustrator. I've illustrated quite a few books, and so what I wanted to do was I wanted to try and bring that into the channel and maybe do kind of like storybooks, like kind of like story animations, and bring that into it as well. Kind of not like cartoons per se, but like as you may have saw, and this is something that kind of really inspired me and made me realize how much more I wanted to bring it into the channel. And this was with Puppeteer. Now you may have noticed there was a section in the game, the Let's Play. I can't remember which video it is, but it has me watching. Well, it has us watching this picture book about Yin Yang in like the earlier days in the game and stuff. And so what I realized was I wanted to. It was something that I've thought about doing originally, but I watched that video, that little story segment. I was like, that's what I wanted to do. That's what I wanted to bring to the channel. And it's something based on the only reason I haven't done it is because of my limited editing abilities. I have no freaking clue how to animate or anything like that. I can draw, but I cannot animate. And so it's just something that I really want to do for the channel. It's something that I want to bring into it as well. I don't want it to just be about Let's Plays. This is something that I brought up like months and months ago in other update videos, but I just cannot wait to do that. I've got so many ideas in how to present things like that. As you know, there's also Proxy payload, which I'm still working on, which is basically going to have a specific character called Mincaster, which is supposed to be like a newscaster but minion. Do you get what I mean? And it's going to be really cool. So that's going to have like a little slightly animated thing to it. It's going to be kind of like South Park, where it's kind of like, it's not full animation, but it's kind of like stop motion-y in a way. And that's going to be really cool. Cannot wait to show you means that. But I've kind of had to put on hiatus at the moment. Just try and focus more on the reviews and on the Let's Plays and stuff like that. But I want to try and make it so the channel feels a little less messy in a way. I guess that's a more specific way of saying it. Yeah, a little less messy, a little less cluttered, more clean, and more straightforward, and more presented better and stuff like that. So really, really awesome. And I really wanted to work on an intro for the channel as well, because you may notice if you go to like different YouTube channels, they all have their own like YouTube intros and stuff like that. So when you go onto that one, where if you haven't subscribed to them yet, I hate saying the word subscribe, it's really, really horrible. I ain't saying join the minion army, but obviously they don't have minions and stuff like that. They have their own little weird things. And so but you have those videos where it kind of introduces you, and so at the moment I've got the Last of Us review, and I really wanted to make like an introduction, like an animated thing where it was kind of like the origins of Proxy in a way, and so it was going to be really, really, really awesome. There's going to be like an original plan where we're going to bring it out in CGI, and so I had an animator, as you know, who's been doing had been doing all those awesome intros for me, like the Metal Gear Rising one, the Batman one, the Dead Space one, but sadly they have gone now, and so we're having to move on from that now. They've gone to greener pastures, I assume. And so I really wanted to do that. They had some amazing CGI abilities, like creating that kind of animation. And so I had really high hopes to do that. But it seems like we're now going to have to go into like a what I was going to do originally, which is more like a stop motion animation kind of thing. And so what's going to have is it's going to show the original artwork was this muffin flying through space, and it lands on Earth, and then in the CGI like animation, all these minions started to come out of the crater that landed from this muffin. Then when all these minions like were crawling out of it, just show like the pink hands of me like pulling out and stuff. It was really, really cool, and it's something I'm gonna have to try and work on. It was really, really awesome, and but it's like one of those things that it's like one step at a time, and so it's one of the part of the things that I really want to bring to the channel to do with the animations and stuff. So there's gonna be like the this like storybook kind of thing. So it's gonna be all about like minions or like video game characters and stuff. I'm not entirely sure yet. I'm thinking it's gonna be about minions. I've got this thing where I want it to make like a minions adventure kind of thing, but it's gonna be really cool. It's just the only thing is it's gonna take a lot of time, and when I say a lot of time, it means it'll probably take a lot of time out of the Let's Plays and stuff. And that's what I mean about trying to clean up these Let's Plays and things like that, because obviously we don't want to be doing like animations and then trying to play like multiple games at the same time. That's just going to be way too much pressure, too much of a workload, and I don't really like the idea of that. So if we can get like one game a week going, and then like being able to do like an animation or something like that, I think that'd be really, really cool. But during this time, I need to learn how to kind of animate a little bit better. I don't really want to animate per se, but I want to be able to like just move things across the screen, like slide scroll and stuff like that, and then like have, I don't know, it's really weird. I can't really explain it, but just like basic animation. I just need to learn how to do it. Because actually, when I went to university, I did do a year in animation, but I hated it. You're basically having to draw all of like hundreds of thousands of pages. It's kind of like how the Disney people do it, where they have to draw like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of like little characters doing that, like, little frames each time. And it's so frustrating because obviously if you do something wrong, you got to redo it, and it can mess up the entire thing. And I hated that kind of stuff. But I'm looking forward to trying to do something along that line where it's kind of like more like South Park, as I mentioned. But I'm really excited about where the channel is going. And so just with like the as I was previously saying about my commentary, it's weird to see how much has grown and how much has changed. It's so cool. And so means, as I said, I'd love to get your opinion, but I'm gonna go to sleep now. It's 4 o'clock in the morning, and I'm waiting for what part of we're waiting for the rest of the Proxy and Powell Splinter Cell videos to upload now. So I've got all of them, I've got half, should I say, of the Puppeteer videos going up. Then I've got loads of Proxy and Powell. I've got so many Proxy and Powell's videos to do. It's shocking how many I've got to do. Then we've got loads of Ratchet and Clank to do, and then Binary Domain. My hard drive is now at 50 gigabytes out of 465 gigabytes. It's embarrassingly low. And so I think my computer's going to start like stuttering and like crashing and stuff like that, because obviously I think you need about 50 gigabytes just to let it run. I can go a good pace, and so I need to get some of these videos like done. I've got all the Metal Gear Rising ones to do, which we've had for months. We've got loads of Let's Plays that I've just had sat around because obviously I have like another job to do and stuff like that, and so that kind of gets in the way of things. But there are so many games I need to upload. It's really, really bad, and so I apologize if there's been like a massive delay in other Let's Plays that people might have been looking forward to. But we're gonna have some awesome stuff coming out this year. It's gonna be really, really cool. But anyway, means I'm going to go to sleep now. I'm gonna let you mean stop listening to me because I'm sure you guys are sick of me now. But anyway, I will see you guys, means next time. Ciao.